Good evening, everybody. Today I want to talk a little bit about turning negative energy into something positive. And let me backtrack a little bit and talk about something that Tony Robbins talks about a lot and I completely agree with, is that the only way that you can really be truly happy with your life is if you're in a constant state of improving yourself. It doesn't have to be your career or any one big issue, but as long as at some point throughout the day, every day, you're improving yourself in some category that's useful to you, you'll feel good about yourself. You'll feel like you're succeeding in some way, taking steps forward in the right direction, which is really a lot of what self self completion has to do with. So, but the only way to raise your standards in your life to get to the point where you feel like you're consistently making progress is by basically, setting really awesome habits. Motivation will only get you so far. It's a really good way to start, a string of good habits, but really successful people have very strong habits, getting up early, networking, using their decision-making skills wisely and not, over-exerting themselves in their decision-making, and really just keeping it to something simple. So, in order to build habits, you have to fail a lot. Like, it's not, obviously, if it's not a habit, you're going to fail a lot. So, for example, in one of my previous videos, I talked about how I'm trying to get in the habit of getting up earlier. Still having struggles with that. I'm still failing very, like more often than not, I'm not getting up at 7 in the morning, but I'm still trying, I'm still working at it. But basically, building those habits is the only way you're going to get to do that. So, but too many of us get really down on ourselves when we don't immediately succeed in something, which is not a terrible thing. In fact, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, is that using your negative energy for your benefit. So I don't mind being angry at myself whatsoever. I get angry at myself all the time, but I always turn it around and say, okay, well, I can sit here and wallow in my self-pity and my, self-hatred or whatever, or I could use that, negative energy that I have into something positive to really go forward into it, to really go forward with something that I really need to do. And, at the end of the day, you just have to remember why you're doing it, and just don't give up, because if you give up, then, nothing good is going to happen from that. You have to make sure that you're always moving forward, and if you fail, if you stumble, use that negative energy to make something positive out of it. Y'all have a great day.